Hello and welcome to another review. This time we are taking a look at the Expeditions, a Mudrunner game by Saber Interactive and published by Focus Entertainment. And as the name says, it's a Mudrunner game. So if you played Mudrunner or SnowRunner, it's basically a third game in that series of games which focus more on expeditions, as the name says. So it's a kind of more mission-oriented version of the game. And if you haven't played any of the games, Mudrunner games are basically games where you drive a vehicle through mud and snow and difficult terrain to reach basically points to either pick up stuff, drop off stuff for a quest, or just explore, more like in this game. And also this game has a lot of different attachments for different kinds of expeditions. And it will have a co-op, which currently isn't in the game. And let's just take a quick look at it. So we're just gonna jump into a new game here, into my file here. We're not starting a new game, sorry, continuing the game. So this game is very similar to all of the previous games. How everything works pretty much if you play the previous games. You have a choice of basically two regions, Arizona and Carpathians. Little Colorado is basically the tutorial zone that teaches you how to use different things and kind of introduces you to the mechanics of the game, from like how to basically drive to all of the new tools that are available to you in this this version of the game. And then Arizona and Carpathians are basically the two main regions that you will be playing. Although there is unlocks and things in the Little Colorado as well, so it is worth going into the Little Colorado also and basically 100%ing it. And of course doing all the expeditions in every map. So I've been working, we did the tutorial yesterday on my stream, and then we did a little bit of Carpathians, which looks pretty, and it's very mounted, so very rocky. And then you have Arizona. So in these, when you go to a map here or a region, you have basically a selection of missions. So this is how it actually differs a little from the previous games, because in the previous games you pretty much just jumped on the map and then you had like a bunch of quests on the map that you could drive around and pick up and do. In this you basically choose your main objective, kind of your story, what you're working on. So you go through them, and it's basically like progression. You start with the prologue, then you go for the next one, the next one, the next one, and then it sends to you the next one. And these are also split not just on quests, but there is also several regions. So this is the Slip Rock Swamps, and then there's like a different map that's Unshakable Island. So basically, it's not just two maps, it's two regions split in multiple maps. Very similarly to previous games, you actually have to drive through a point to the other map, which you can actually see here, for example. This is the entrance to this area, and it goes back to the other map. And one of the quests we did yesterday at the end of the stream was doing this one, a hard one, which was long travel, because we had to start on the other map, travel to this map, and then do this whole quest chain here for completion. But let's actually jump to the Arizona, and I can show some of the mechanics and things in there. So we'll just go for a Conquest of the Frontier. So you select one of these, and then you get the expedition setup. So you have a specific setup you start with into a mission. So you cannot just pull up truck out of storage in the middle of a mission. If you flip one car, then you're in trouble. No getting another truck to pull it out unless you start with them. So you can have 4 different trucks to start with, and then you have team composition. Then of course you have requirements for the mission, and it also gives you like tips and also like lore. Distance is how much you need to travel, basically what kind of terrain, and it recommends you what kind of truck you should use on it as well. So for example, this one is Scout one, also payment info and all of these rewards, which gives you like upgrades, gives you outposts, which is basically starting locations of the map, which you can also basically fast travel, recover your car to a different one during a mission as well, but it costs a little bit. And then there's bonus rewards for doing the missions in specific ways. like not taking damage and so on. So let's grab a truck. We're gonna take. It was a scout vehicle, so let's grab my Dawn, I guess. So we take this, and then we're customizing it there. And actually, can we have the? What was the requirements was anchor and the jack. Okay, so that we can get, definitely get. So we have inventory in our car over here. We can also add other things, like you can customize the car, and there is like things like a roof rack, and you have slots in the roof rack which allows you to put the stuff on the roof rack also, which is kind of interesting. But we don't really need to add any in here. We can just inventory. We get a jack screw, which allows you to actually return the car to horizontal position, but has limited uses. So you are not totally messed up in this if you get flipped, because you can always have jack screws if you have space in your vehicle. Of course, bigger trucks with bigger like flatbeds and so on can have way more of these, and then they might have other slots where to put stuff as well. And you can have extra fuel, extra spare parts, extra wheels to repair things. And you also find like these airdrops and things. And of course, you can always drive back to your headquarters or any of your outposts to load up on a new gear. And then we need an anchor. Anchors are really cool. So in Mudrunner games, you have the whole attaching a cable and anchoring in the thing and then pulling yourself with that. So these are actually attachment points that you can place yourself basically anywhere. And you can do some really funky stuff with this. Because usually you have to find like a tree where to attach or something in a good spot. But this basically allows you to put the good spot on anywhere. So they're very, very powerful. Then if your car has sideboard, you can have extra fuel, spare parts, wheels in there. And then these are the tools that you might use in the mission. So there's all kinds of like scientific equipment and cameras and things. There's portable rigs for drilling and stations and all kinds of things. So these are needed for the different missions to complete those missions, basically. But this one doesn't require anything, so we're just grabbing the scout with this setup. And we're selecting this. And we're going back to this. And I'm actually gonna switch to a controller. So this game does support a controller as well. And I actually find it easier to drive on a controller. So you can see the buttons change between at the bottom. You can on-fly change. Some of the UI is not the best for the controller. It's never really been best for controllers or in general in Mudrunner games. But the fact that you can switch between very quickly is also good. Sometimes attaching into things with the controller is a little pain, and doing it with the mouse is just way better. And also with the map, I feel map is much easier to navigate with the mouse. So I'll just switch around basically as needed, even though I would love to use as much control as possible. But let's just deploy the mission here. So we get a map, which shows very little because we haven't explored any on this map yet, as it's a fresh map. It shows where our first objective is. So if you have multiple locations where you can deploy, like we don't currently, so you want to choose the right one closest to the base, obviously. Unless you, of course, have some other missions and things in mind, but it's good to deploy in the right place. And once you explore the map, it will be more visible in this deployment as well. So this is just the first expedition in this map, so we'll just start here. In the Grand Canyon. Alright, so here we are in Grand Canyon with our car. And we're gonna turn handbrake, and then turn four-wheel drive off. And then here's all the information. You're gonna refuel and repair here if you need to. And also, like I said, you can here at the base module, you can refuel and trade items. You can also, if you find like more of these jack screws and anchors on the mission that you don't need, you can also just leave them here. There is also like dino bones and scrap metal and things you can find, which gives you money basically, as it's an exploration expedition type of thing. So you can also bring them here. for storage. You can also have more of these. You can buy things mid-mission if you need it. And you can also build a new expanded parking and whatnot to your outposts and your field operation base if you need some more additional things, which is really cool. But yeah, let's see. So here's the map. We can see our map, and actually, our first thing is probably to just drive a little bit forward. So start our car, and let's get driving a little bit, and I'll show you some of the new tool additions to this series. Can we actually get up that rock? Yes, let's drive up here. Because scouting is a big part in this, and also in this is very rocky. Maybe we don't want to go up there. In other Mudrunner games and SnowRunner, so seeing the terrain and scouting the terrain is a big part, and I think in this it's even more. So here's our first objective, which I mark that, and then it tells us to drive a little forward. And you get small pop-ups on the right side of the screen and telling you kind of what to do. That's a tough cactus. So we're driving in here, for example. Seems like a good spot there. So when you are in like here, and it shows that you've explored a little bit of map, and this is basically the range of exploration from your car. You can also explore way more with the devices. So at the bottom you can see here's my inventory with the stuff we have, and then there's devices, so we can access devices here. And we come with the winch, which is the usual device in Mudrunner games. But you also have drones, and you have binoculars in this, and also echo sounder. So echo sounder can be used to see the depth of water without actually going in the water. So you don't have to jump into deep end and sink your car. It's also used on some missions, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, like what I usually have been doing is like grab the binoculars and then do a little, just a scouting view, like 360 rotate around where you are on a high point. So you'll see, now that I've done this and I go back to the map, you can see that the binoculars actually opened a big view into the area. And it also showed that there's something there. There's a Conquest of the Frontier. I think that's our quest currently. So yeah, we're actually going over there. And the drone, similarly, is actually a drivable drone. So you can set it out of your car and drive a drone a little bit around your car. There's a signal strength at how far you can go from your car. But this is really good for actually just scouting ahead if there's like a lot of trees or something, or it's behind a rocky outcrop or something where you can't really see well. You can just send the drone to scout a little bit. It also reveals the map in the same way as you driving there. So sometimes there's for example missions where you have to explore like a certain area, and you're missing like a couple percentage because it's like behind under a rock here, which you couldn't see from up there. And you don't really want to drive all the way down here to just to take a peek behind the rock. So sending the drone to quickly scout is good. And then you can just instantly send the drone back. So now we have a little bit more vision what was down there as well. So those are the new basic tools, the devices that you have in this Mudrunner game. Which you don't really have in the other one. Also, if you have other devices like scientific tools, like echolocations and things, and all the geological devices and all of that is also from the devices menu. So this is one of the features that also got added to the game. So these small mini games when you're completing the missions, these are I'm not a huge fan of them because they're just simple mini games that I'm not sure could be just cutscene in my opinion. So we just have to click on things and then it zooms in, and then you have to click again, then it zooms in, and they're kind of simple mini games like this. There is several other different ones as well, but I feel they're all kind of unnecessary small mini games. Like I would have actually taken a cutscene instead. But I mean, it's not like they're the worst either. They're not really annoying or anything. It's just a little simple minigame. So it's not too bad at all. So we're driving downhill. Whoop. And we're almost going sideways. So in a Mudrunner game, you would definitely want to look where you're driving. The rocks are very treacherous, especially small loose rocks, or big loose rocks. The rocky terrain, not too bad, and all that. And also, for a rocky terrain, there's this new feature called tire inflation system. So you have different pressures for your tires that you can change on the fly. And normal pressure is very fuel efficient, but it's only like average on mud and rock. Then you have excellent on reduced pressure, but you lose more fuel. And then you have also low pressure, which is excellent, and then again fuel goes even worse. And these definitely affect things depending on what terrain you are going. You can change them on the fly, which is very nice. Just quickly switching between them. And then of course the other thing is changing your gear to like low and so on, which I never remember to do properly. But also changing gears with the new tire system makes climbing like rocky terrain and everything a lot nicer. I kind of want to show it of the anchor, but actually, does our anchor have it has 5 uses? Okay, we'll go try the anchor and I'll show you how that works. And yeah, you can also discover these new like climbs, which basically marks a good spot to go up in the terrain. Using the binoculars and the drone, you can scout these. There's also like fords and bridges and things like that. Like it basically marks you easy places. I say easy when I got stuck here. So we're actually not doing that. We're lowering the tire pressure. And then I'm gonna also change my gear to low. Handbrake off. And then we're not getting up. So actually this is perfect spot. So we could use the winch to just connect it there and then pull myself up with this. But since we do have the anchors, this is a great place to use an anchor to show how the anchor works. We can. I was kind of hoping to throw it over there, but we can put it like up here. So these anchors are basically same as the trees and everything where you can winch, but you literally can place them yourself, which is really good. And really powerful. So we'll just leave that over there. And then we're gonna change back to here, there. I think I should have taken that path down there. Yeah. You can also like spider car with them, just dangle over the edge or whatever you feel like. Pretty much. Alright, let's go pick up the bobs over there. Maybe we can complete mission with that. There is one more feature in the setup actually that I want to show off. Like I said, you can have team composition, and you unlock these basically specialists. There's multiple different types. You can have up to three in your team, and they change things like there's a hydrologist. So in the water, your car takes damage if it's too deep. Like engine starts taking damage and also all of that. So hydrologist basically reduces the damage by 100%, which makes navigating through difficult water a breeze. And then there is like a mechanist who reduces damage taken, also improves your fuel efficiency, so you don't lose as much. The airdrop, which actually is our mission here. So we need to. Well, we can firstly refuel here, which also because I took some damage, I guess. I keep forgetting. So we do a little damage. So I'm gonna use my spare parts to actually repair my engine there, and then I'm gonna trade again, take a kill in the spare parts. So here is an equipment box. So this is our quest, and there would be also dino femurs and other things, but my car is a little full. So it's not really. We can drop the anchors. I'll take the dino bone. So we completed this stage, and now we need to just basically deliver the box. I think we need to deliver the box back to home. Yeah, we can just drive back home. You can also do waypoints on the map, so you can basically mark a easy path that kind of where you want to go. Instead of just following the quest pointer, you can also do your own pathing. So well, this should be an easy drive back home. We'll just take the path we drove here all the way back to the headquarters, and it should be no problem. And then completing this mission will obviously unlock our next mission in the map, and it usually opens up like the new outposts. For example, in Carpathia, they fund you a new location because you found this nice area. This actually might not be the easiest. Can we park here? I actually haven't used it. Oh no, I did. I left the thing. Mistakes were made. Alright, we're gonna turn into low gear again and check tire pressure, that's fine. And we'll hopefully get through this. I'm trying to see if I can winch into something. This looks not great. Well, we might be stuck, actually. Well, we can always just do this. Right. Up. And we flip. A couple of them. It's fine. It's fine. As planned. So I should definitely not left the anchors in there. I made mistakes. Let's see. There seems to be... Maybe that side is easier. So chucking an anchor at the top there. Even actually planning beforehand, before we went down here all the way, we should have left an anchor up top for easier way to get back. Yeah, these are all pretty treacherous to get up here. So it did say jack screw and anchors are required on the mission. I mean, they're not necessarily required, but they would definitely, the anchors would definitely help there. Back off a little bit. I need to change it to here. So it wasn't as simple going through the same spot that I was planning to, but we got that. And that's where like scouting also helps with the either drone or with the binoculars to just see maybe there's an alternative path that I should have taken. It's the and then we just drive up there. I think. This map is very pretty as well. Like always, like Snowrunner had amazing environments. I have been really enjoying, especially the Carpathia map. It feels, even though it's not supposed to be Finland, where I'm from, it feels home. But I guess one Eastern European forest is the same as other Eastern European forest. So it feels homely. Especially this time of the year when it's like all snow and ready outside. Seeing some green forest suits my soul. Up. And yeah, the locations are really pretty. And the same, this Arizona map looks also fantastic. And then I'm looking forward to see what they're adding in the future. Snowrunner, obviously, the previous game. Well, because Snowrunner, a lot of the maps were kind of very northern, snowy areas, as the name suggests. And I hope in this one, at least Arizona is very warm, and the Carpathia is kind of Central European map. I hope that we see more. Maybe even like Africa could be cool. So I hope we see some very varied new maps in the future. And here we are back to home. Just need to deliver this box here. Our fancy home. Here we are. There we deliver supplies. There's also other like delivery points mid-mission. You can also like deliver supplies to us spots, which build like this temporary, well, not really temporary, they're permanent bridges, but like these bridges and things that you can actually set up on the map or clear out blockages and things like that. Alright, we got some rewards, and we got money from the Dino Bone, and we also sold our unused gear. And there you have stats also at the top. And we're going back to the headquarters. So that's basically how you do like a basic mission, and then it pops you back into the map here for the region selection. I kinda wish it would keep the region selected that you are currently working on, but it's not a big deal. So we are now unlocked the next one, which actually requires a logistician, which is a specialist. So let me show you that mechanic as well. So here, this is the team composition. So you have 3 slots, and then you have a selection of people who you need to unlock. You know where to get them. So complete right person for a right job and so on. You can actually look at through, like, okay, I want to unlock this lady, so I need to do the lost cargo mission. And you get different things depending on who you have in your composition. It does cost a little money, but it's like a negligible amount. 500 when you have 8,000 and basically early game currently. So you get a lot of money, so it doesn't really hurt you that much doing this. And they have pretty great additions, like she gives minus 15% fuel consumption, which on bigger trucks that are massive guzzlers for gas, something like this is really great. Also not taking that much damage, and also repair being easier. So these are really great additions that you can have in a team. And you can have up to 3, but not of the same type. And there's like all kinds of weird ones, like selling price. So if you're looting a lot on a mission, basically, you can get your manager to sell it for a high price. But yeah, that's basically Expeditions, a Mudrunner game. It's a really nice addition to the Mudrunner series. If you like the previous games, you'll really like this one as well. Depending how which type if you want to do more trucking, this doesn't really have the like big trucks and trucking. It's all about more of the expedition and things, which I really prefer always in the games. I love going out of the map and doing the whole exploration thing. So this is much more to my taste. But it may not be up to your taste if you're enjoying the trucking part more. But it's great to have both games basically available. But yeah, check out the game on Steam, whatever, and I'll see you guys next time on either on my Twitch channel, where I stream basically every day, twitch.tv/Mudrunner, and also here on the YouTubes where I do reviews, and I'll be trying to do some more in the future as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.